I have to go home, baby, it's cold outside. Please let me go, baby, it's cold outside. Why am I handcuffed to this radiator? Girl, quit asking so many questions because it's cold outside.
Hey, it's Ricky from All Sorts of Words, and I'm laying under a Christmas tree on November 25th because I'm a lunatic. Stick around. So I'm looking at this YouTube channel a lot, like a brand new relationship, and we're going to bang all over my house. And so I realized I haven't done like an on the floor video yet. And I thought it would be kind of intimate, hanging out. That'd be fun, right? My wife and I were kind of lunatics when it comes to the holidays. Like literally the day Thanksgiving is over, we're like tree set up, presents wrapped. We like the ambiance. We like the chill of it. And so this is kind of what we do. So I thought it would be cool to show y'all some of the comics that I've been getting lately, as if they're presents under the tree. Isn't that fun? This is Superboy number 89. This is the first appearance of Mon-El. He is the Superman-ish character from the Legion of Superheroes. He's a cousin to the Kryptonians. He's here. Yeah, how do we do this? Let's give it a shot. He's a cousin to the Kryptonians. Their species is called Daxamite, and he's from the future and in a planet that's like super advanced. So his kryptonite isn't kryptonite like Superman's. His kryptonite is iron. That sounds stupid, right? Well, in the future, in his timeline, like iron's not a common material, so it's not a big deal. But so he's super, and he has all the same powers as Superman, same level of strength, same whole 9 yards. But when he comes to our time, he gets rolled constantly because of having such a common weakness. Superboy number 80. This is you can't see her, but my dog. She's Mabel. Come here, Mabel. Come here. Let's see if we can get her on camera. Hi. Oh, you're a good girl. So you can see her paw. She's going to stick around. Superboy number 80. This is the first appearance of Superboy. Good girl. Superboy and Supergirl. Well, the first meeting of Superboy and Supergirl. Supergirl's first appearance is Action 252. Superboy's first appearance is in the Golden Age and More Fun Comics 101. It is a key significance because both of them join the Legion of Superheroes at different times. Like this is in the past. This is how they meet. She doesn't know Superman, but as an adult. So when she joins the team, it's at a different point in time. And when he joins the team, it's at a different point in time. But they both join the Legion of Superheroes because time travel is stupid. But the Supergirl special came out, and I loved all of the Will Jack covers, and I loved all of the alternate covers they had. So I had to pick up as many as I could. What am I doing? Look at that foil. That foil goodness. Look at that. That's a cool one too. These are all Supergirl special. I love that. I love that one. Very anime-y, like Rose Besh. I like her covers too. Boom. That's a sick one. Adam Hughes. I wish there was a lack of trade dress. Like for those of you who don't know, in collecting comics, the most valuable tier you can get, I'm hitting the tree. The most valuable tier you can get is the Virgin variant where there's no trade dress. We want the character to be front and center. It's very rare that we actually want to see the trade dress unless it's something unique in the comic itself. Like the trade dress is different or written in Kryptonian or whatever. So when you see multiple variants of a cover, know that if you can hunt down the Virgin variant, that is the most valuable one to collectors in terms of like long-term financial value. I like this. There's a second one to it that I'll find eventually, but this like beach cover. Supergirl and Batgirl. I have both of their first appearances, and since I only ever display 3 comics at a time, this is a good one for like good candidate for the middle. Any team ups they have. This is working out pretty well, believe it or not. Supergirl number 1. I like this one because this is a homage to her first appearance, which I already have. So if I can find one more homage, I think there's a Harley Quinn one somewhere. I can have my 3 comics on display. It'd be something pretty cool. I love that, the Wizard of Oz poster. And she's got that New 52 Karen Zor-El, I like to call her, kind of haircut. And then Cyborg Superman's the Tin Man. That's great. There it is. This was about a $40 book. Another Wheeljack. There's a trade dress variant where it's like just closer up on her face. And, you know, if I found it for a song, I'd get it. But again, what you want is the virgin variants, and they look the best. Help. This is actually and I'll put up a picture of that here. But this is definitely already a statue that I think was made by, not Sideshow. Sideshow Collectibles made it. And this is the non-foil of those Wheeljack covers. Okay, we get some Vampirellas. Look at this suggestiveness. Good Lord, they knew what they were doing. Oh my God. Stop. But I didn't even know this existed. And then I saw that there were like 3 copies of it on eBay, and they were getting pretty expensive. I found this. This is not something you definitely want to show on YouTube. I want to make it clear for those of you who don't know. I'm hitting the tree again. This is not a pro-Nazi book. Hanzi, the girl who loved the swastika. This was anti-Nazi. This girl Hanzi, when World War II is happening, she's so excited. She's like believing everything the Fuhrer is telling the Germans. He's going to improve the world. You know, we should get rid of certain classes of people, you know, start the trains running on time and all that jazz. And she's all here for it. But as time goes on, she starts to see how bad things are getting, and then eventually finds herself living in the United States, loving Christ and helping people better their lives. It's actually quite the heel turn, quite the hero turn, as it were. But it's a relatively expensive book, especially in high grades. And I was at a comic and card store that recently opened up in the mall in Auburn, Maine, which is one town over from where I live in Lewiston. And guy had it for $22. In this quality, this book, it shouldn't be anything less than like 60, 70, 80, somewhere in there, depending on the market on the day, right? But like this, for $22, crazy find. Okay. The next 2 are Vampirella collector connector covers. There's that one. And then there's that one. And then I got this. This was a part of a lot. There was a guy on Whatnot doing something interesting. He had a big box of Vampirella books. And he's like, they're all Vampirella books. A lot of them are virgin variants. A lot of them are trade dress. But if you pay me like $25, I'll pull out 5 random ones. And you don't know what you're going to get. You could get virgin, trade. You could get all 5 trades. You don't know. So I spun the wheel, and I ended up with like 2 trade dresses that you'll see. But this is one of the ones that I got. Is a Jay Lee 1 in 10. 1 in 40. Love that one. It's beautiful. People would assume exactly where my eyes go when I look at a Vampirella cover. My own wife does. But I'm telling you, like, the first thing I notice about Vampirella is her hair. I always go to her hair. And so this is, look at this. Look at that. Look at that interesting kind of like Paul Bearer from WWF kind of hair. But the dress and the legs and the wine coming from somewhere. This is getting harder because the stack's getting smaller. That's a cool one too. Again, that like Paul Bearer kind of hair, the trench coat, the boots, the black and white with the red popping. This is a 1 in 25. Love it. I don't memorize these like 1 in 25s or whatever. The guy who I bought them from wrote them on the back. This one, he did not. Look at that. That's a Suzumake variant, who is quickly becoming my favorite Vampirella cover artist right now. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous. A little small on the bikini itself. Her bikini's very small in that one. You'll notice it's a lot bigger in others. Yeah. See, I got a double. 1 in 25. I got a double. I bought one originally from that seller that was doing that bin. Where you get the random 5. I bought one off of him, and then when he pulled the 5, that's what I got. I gotta stop hitting this tree. Yeah. Garcia, it's a 1 in 20. Linzer, 1 in 20. See, and this is like a one piece, not just like a bikini, whereas that Sazamaka one had a bikini. Okay, I grabbed 2. Let's see if I can figure this out. I love that. The bathtub, the skull in it, the outfit. I like the little Mandark from Dexter's Laboratory haircut. Oh, another trade dress that I won. This was out of that bin. I love that. Wiping the blood off her face. Dig it. Look at how I'm trying to do this. I stand by it. I think laying under the tree is awesome and fun. But we'll see. We'll see how it edits. That's a cool one. Pile of bones. See, curly hair Vampirella. That's where my eyes go. You'd think my eyes would go to other aspects of her, but I always go to the hair. Here we go. That's a Perlo. You can tell a Perlo from, you could sit on the moon and you could tell what's a Perlo cover. Okay, and this is Nathan Zerdy. Dirty Zerdy. There's only 400 of these that were made for New York City Comic Con. Just gorgeous with the Mandark hair. It came with a COA. Look at that. Okay, and these are the last 2 books that I picked up relatively recently. Why am I picking up all these books? I love Christmas. I really do. And a part of that, because I'm a greedy little American piggy boy, is the presents. The presents are like, much to my wife's chagrin, the presents are actually like what I associate most with Christmas. You spend months like fantasizing about these toys and these movies and these things, and you get them, and everybody goes, "Oh, it's the magic of the holiday." You just it's really about being around family. And I've never not gotten high off of Christmas presents. I love them. I love giving them too. I don't want you to think I'm this rapacious monster. I do love giving Christmas presents. I love finding the right one and really knocking somebody's socks off. But I also love getting them too. So it just can't be helped. This is just, I'm an American. I don't know what you want. This is part of the holiday, getting gifts. And so buying myself gifts feels just as good as when somebody gets them. I know that sounds twisted, but please, the blood's rushing my head. Try not to judge me too much. So these last 2 books, they're big. These are big books. I'm gonna try to hide what the second one is. Okay. First, Swamp Thing #1 in a 4/5. How cool is that? This is so the first time we see Swamp Thing, he's just like a bog monster, right? And then this is when we get a redefined origin is what we'll call it, where he's told as a doctor. His name's Alec Holland. He's working on a serum that will help grow plants so he can cure world hunger. Well, he does develop the serum, but a bunch of jerks try to take it from him. And so he gets doused in the serum, lit on fire, and runs into the swamp. And all of that nonsense comes together to make him into a literal nature god. The Swamp Thing is a god of nature. He's unkillable. He can warp into any form of green life across the planet, across the galaxy. He can teleport. He can control microscopic organisms. He's kind of like Cell from Dragon Ball Z. If a little piece of him survives, you can't kill him. He'll just grow back from nothing. Okay, here's the other one. This is a big boy. Oh, what? A 4/5 House of Secrets. First appearance of Swamp Thing. How cool is that? If you watched my video literally last week, I was talking about the top books that I want in my collection, the top grails that I'm going to be hunting for. And this came up for a price that was so idiotic. Let's talk. I hate YouTube channels that talk about big, expensive, sexy keys and they don't tell you the price. So I'm going to tell you the price. I paid $1,000 $999, and then with tax and shipping of like $16, whole thing ended up being like 1,000 like $50, something like that. This book in a 4.5, CGC Blue Label 4.5, any day of the week, 14 to 1,500, any day of the week. It fluctuates obviously as these comics do, but any day of the week you're looking for that price. And so to get this at almost like a, let's go low end, a $400 discount is just, it was too much to pass up. I absolutely had to get it. I have no regrets. I love it. It's the best Christmas present for myself. I do have one other book off that Grail list coming in. I ordered it. I made my video about like my Grail comics, and you know, this channel started off the idea that I was going to spend a year saving every penny that I could to then go to a convention at the end of the year. And it was like an artificial goal that I made for myself. And I came up with my list. I haven't even shared my full list. I shared a list last week of what comics I'm going to be hunting for. And I didn't even show the full list, but I have a bunch of different books that I want. And so the prices are just so low right now. They're so flipping. Here, let's get them up here. Let's look at them in the background. Like, the prices are so good right now that as they're coming up, I would, if I'm going to buy it later anyway, right? Why wouldn't I just buy the book now at a better price? For the longest time, I was thinking like, I want a 4 to a 5.0 in this book, right? 4 or a 5.0, if I had waited for the end of the year, I'd be paying like $1,500. So I'm saving $500 by getting the same exact book that I was going to get anyway. And then the other book that's coming in, we'll go over prices when it comes in, but like I was haggling with a guy for days for the next Grail that's coming in. And I was like, this price. And he's like, no, this price. And I'll go over all the nonsense with it later. But, you know, a third competitor entered the ring and was like, I'll sell it to you for this price. And it was a higher grade with a better price and more pedigree. Like I said, you'll see it later. But it was so thrilling. So I pulled the trigger right away. No regrets. But those are my recent pickups. These are pickups from like the last like 3 weeks. I am done buying comics for the time being, and I've got way more content coming. I've got way more holiday stuff coming. This is exciting. I love this channel. I love talking to you guys about comic books, and I love the comment section. I'm just full of love, man. You can't get over that. I've got great key comic books filling up my collection. It's the holiday season. It's only November 25th. Get over yourself. But it's the holiday season. I'm so jazzed. For those of you who don't know me personally, like Christmas is literally a month-long thing. I don't have kids, so I am the kid in the household when it comes to this stuff. So I'm really excited. Let's keep hanging out. Love you. Bye.